Hello everyone and welcome back after quite a long gap to another episode of the Australian zoo that I've been doing. So we've done quite a few little bits in here, as you may have seen so far on the channel already. We've got the koalas down there, we did the kangaroos, the dingoes over there, and the little cockatoo aviary, which was this one. So I've done this one actually quite a while ago, but I hadn't quite finished it off, so I thought I would do a little showcase this week for you. So this is another implied enclosure, but one that I'm quite happy with, quite proud of. This is a walk-through enclosure for rainbow lorikeets, which is something that you're seeing, well, I've seen in a fair few zoos. I'm sure some of you have seen as well, where you can go in and they'll fly down onto your hand and you'll have a little pot of nectar that you can buy and that you can feed to them. So that is basically what I've tried to recreate here. So we've got just this little area, the seating area out the front. The main shell is this opaque glass type stuff, but I'm kind of imagining that it's not actually glass necessarily. And it is all kind of painted in sort of white to green in varying shades as it goes around, basically. So that is kind of the colour scheme we're going for there. The roof is the same, but then obviously we've got on the middle part we've got some glass to let some natural light in. So out the front, this is our main sort of entrance facade, not too fancy. A little bit of plants on there. I made a sign, rainbow lorikeets. I couldn't think of a nice quirky little title for the building, so I just went with the rainbow lorikeets. And then this is the entrance. So if we come through the entrance, this is our incredibly unhappy vendor who is stuck on a piece of path there and has actually quit but can't leave the zoo, so he's not happy. But yeah, this is our little entrance lobby area. So we've got over there the staff entrance to the off-show area. We've got our staff sort of manning area for the pots. So these are just some little pots of nectar that I've made. They're obviously don't look like they're full of anything, but just we've got some stacks of little pots there, and then some already laid out with little pots in, so he'll be able to take people's money and give them the pots. So that is their little stand there, little plant in the corner. On this side we've got the rules for the enclosure. So don't touch the birds, let them come to you. Don't feed anything other than nectar, and use bins provided for waste. I couldn't think of any other rules, but I'm sure there would be more. But those were the only rules I could think of. I've incorporated this new planted panel piece because it's quite nice, and it just adds a little something to this area, something a bit more interesting. So down here, this is the actual entrance. So I don't think I've shown this in any other videos so far. So this is a plastic curtain screen that I made that I was actually really happy with how it turned out. I can't remember the exact piece that it's made of, but I'll probably upload it to the workshop actually as well, so people can use it if they would like. So yeah, it's just to kind of mimic the kind of plastic screening curtains that you would see in a lot of walk-through enclosures to stop animals flying straight out of doorways and things. So if we go through the curtain, this is our main area for the animals. So we'll look behind us at first. So we've got no exit, and then we've got some nest boxes on the wall, and around the corner here we've got some nest boxes and a little feeding station, and then we've got a couple of little holes for the birds to go through into the off-show area, which I haven't really done anything to. I decided not to worry too much. So that links to the staff area of the lobby. Around here, just a couple of larger cages that are separate, and then that goes down into the main enclosure as well. So yeah, a couple of little holes for the birds to go through. So as you can see, we have some lorikeets, courtesy of the lovely Drac. As always, Drac's Birds of the World on the workshop. Go check them out, and I'll pop a link down below to their workshop page, or this item. I can't remember. Either of those I'll pop a link to. Yeah, so there's 3 different ones, slightly different poses that I've used throughout. Obviously they're only one-sided, as a lot of them are. But yeah, just put a few of them in. So we've got our main path that goes all the way through, with the railings that come with the path, because it's quite a nice one. And gone for the stone path, because I think it worked quite nicely and it could kind of be hosed down, that sort of thing. We've got quite a lot of planting in here, as well as some more sort of perching, some more dead looking trees and branches and things, as we can see over there, little patches. And then it was quite difficult in this one to get the the trees to fit in, because the building isn't massively high. So I was trying to get in what I could, but yeah, it was a little bit tricky. So we've managed to get a couple in. But a lot of the other stuff is smaller plants. I've mulched the entire thing as well, so everything in this building that is not pathway is mulched, to give a sort of more artificial kind of look to the building. All again Oceania plants, some more tropical looking plants, as well as some just to give some slightly more dense foliage, that kind of thing. And then a couple more bare patches, especially here where the keepers would walk through to come out here to the path. We've got a little water feature down here with some mossy rocks, and then over here, if we carry on, just another patch of rocks in the corner there. Some more little lorikeets in the trees. Then these, we've got a few benches around as well. These are some little fruit skewers that I made. Just the kind of thing that you would see for this kind of animal sometimes, or other parrots and things like that, where you've just got a metal skewer or wooden skewer or something, and it's just got fruit skewered onto it, and then the birds can kind of play around and eat off that, and have to take it off the skewer. So as we go through, again more planting, fairly tropical looking, and then we've just got this little area here, so a couple of seats, and then we've got quite a few lorikeets dotted around there, and another water feature at the back there. It's a bit of a strange one. I do struggle sometimes with the water features, but I didn't think this looked too bad. So we've just got kind of layers of the water feature, and then I had to use ice at the bottom, because there's no small water feature pieces that would fit that little bit there. So yeah, more dead trees and bits down here, a couple more fruit skewers, and yeah, some more planting. Then this is the exit, the same screens there, and then just a very simple exit, nothing really in there, and then that is the exit there. Exit only, a couple of air conditioning units, things like that. If we go back in, the roof I'm quite happy with, so I tried to actually make it a bit more realistic in terms of some actual structural aspects, so I'm still not sure if it's incredibly realistic, but it's at least attempting to look at some structure. So we've just got these beams that go all the way along the building at evenly spaced intervals with the kind of zigzaggy cross beam kind of things. I don't know how you describe it, but yeah, just with them. And obviously the birds could kind of perch on them as well, but I couldn't place any on there because they're a bit too big and they'd go through the roof. And we've got a few lights and things on there as well. We'll have a look at night time when we're finished. So coming out, as we said, that is the main exit. Got a little planted bit there, planted all the stuff around the edges here. So behind there, that is the cassowaries, and this bit I don't think I've shown it off. I've shown it in a stream, I think, but not in a video. There's this kind of bank I've done that kind of goes up to kind of screen off a little bit the cassowaries over there, so it kind of slopes up and then back down again there, just to, yeah, as I said, screen it off. So that's all nicely planted and everything along there too. Some planting along this side of the building too. Not too much on the actual walls or anything like that, but mostly just covering up in front of it in the kind of flower beds. So yeah, that is the Rainbow Lorikeet building. We've got some more planting down this side as well. We're going to have a couple of little shops down here, little food places. Rearrange that slightly to fit them in, but a couple of little food bits in there. But I've planted everything around it, and yeah, all around the back, more plants, just to kind of finish it all off. So all this stuff, I'm not sure what we'll do with it. Might be the edge of the kind of mini zoo along here. I'm not too sure exactly. So yes, that is it for the Rainbow Lorikeets. So we'll have a look at night time. There we go. So I haven't really lit up any of that stuff except what we had for the koalas over there, and we need to light up the sign a little bit more, but just a little simple one above the entrance. Then in here, use new aquatic lights. Didn't realise that was poking through. I have to sort that out. But yeah, the new aquatic lights quite nice. Work quite well in here to light up the lobby, and then go through. So yeah, I haven't overdone it with the lighting in here. We've got just these simple lights going across, attached to some of those beams, and then the only extra lighting I put in here was a couple just lighting up the water feature a little bit more than the surrounding area. Another light above there, and then in this exit lobby, and then nothing really on the outside here except another simple sort of service light, I guess you could say, on the outside. So there we go, fairly quick one this time, but yeah, one that I'm quite happy with. I'm debating maybe whether to put this into my new zoo that I've been working on potentially, but I will have to decide whether or not I will do that. But yeah, that is the Rainbow Lorikeets. Hopefully you like what I've done here. I might actually try and put it on the workshop if I can figure out a good way to do it as well, if anyone's interested in that, and popping it in their zoos just as a little implied extra. So if you would like to see that, then you can leave a comment, let me know what you think of the build itself, and if you would like to see it and download it. If you like the video and the build, please leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. You can also check out my Twitch channel, where I have been doing quite a lot more live streams now of general building, and then whatever I've been building I'll then make a video on. So that's kind of how I've been doing it. I'm going to try and get a bit more of a proper schedule, whether it's weekly or a more set thing that will be recurring every week. And YouTube videos I probably will not be doing every Thursday now. I'll just be trying to do weekly, rather than a set day, I think, because things are a little bit different now, so it might be easier for me to not commit to doing it one set day a week. But I'll see how I go. I might still be able to stick to that, but if not, it might just be a general weekly video, hopefully. If you haven't already, you can check out the Discord, and I'll pop updates and things in there. If you haven't had a look at it, then you can join and you can put pictures of your creations in there. You can vote on things that you'd like to see me do. You can ask for help, any questions, anything like that. General talk about Planet Zoo and other zoo stuff, so yeah, if you haven't already, the link will be in the description. So thank you very much for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.